Hello. In this video, I'd like to imagine Diana's state of mind and circumstances immediately after the Trafalgar Square celebration that ends the movie. I want to imagine how she would be feeling and what she would be doing in the hours, days, and months after the movie ends. Her relationship with Steve was deep and transformative, and so too the experience of losing him. She's gone through a whirlwind of action, conflict, setbacks, disappointment, self-discovery, and triumphs. Steve was a complex person, as dedicated to doing good as she is, and as lonely and in need of love as she is. She made a genuine connection, a deep connection with him, only to lose him almost immediately. But that loss is only one of many she has suffered over the 5 days that unfold in the movie. She has also lost her aunt, Antiope. Over the decades of training, the two must have become very close, forming a bond that extended beyond the training ground. Antiope undoubtedly was a mentor to Diana, a teacher, a role model, and an inspiration. Antiope sacrificed herself for Diana, and Diana must deeply feel the loss, and perhaps some sense of guilt as well. Diana has also lost her mother. Perhaps she will never be able to go back to Themyscira, and then that separation would be permanent. She has lost her home, that beautiful, warm, safe world of strong, independent, nurturing women. But now she finds herself in London, a cold, rainy, dreary, dirty, noisy place, with few animals except the horses beaten in the streets, the livestock slaughtered in the marketplace, and the rats scurrying in the gutters. She is in a society where women are treated as second-class citizens, are not allowed a voice, much less any real influence on public life. Other than Etta and the Oddfellows, she knows no one, and even they she has known for only a few, albeit very eventful, days. On top of everything else, no one in man's world recognizes Diana or her contribution, and she can't even be sure that the news about Ares' death and her triumph will get back to Themyscira. She's accomplished her mission, to destroy Ares and end the war, the mission she has trained for her entire life. It is behind her, not ahead. I imagine that Etta would put her up for the night, perhaps for several days or weeks. But would Diana go to bed that night, in a strange room in a city as far from Themyscira as any could be, bereft of family and friends? Would she put out the light by her bed that night with a joyous heart, eagerly anticipating the dawning of a new life in man's world? I don't think so. She would feel called to continue her work, certainly, since more than ever she could not stand by while innocent lives are lost. Diana is revealed to herself as a god with enormous powers, but the discovery of her true self and of those powers has come at an enormous cost: loss, grief, and loneliness. If the reality of Diana's state of mind at the end of the movie, of her grief, is anything like what I've painted here, there is only one thing that would make sense for her to do in the days, weeks, and months after the Trafalgar Square celebration. Try to go home. Not retreat from man's world permanently, but return home for a time to restore her heart, replenish her soul. No one, not even a god, can give and give without getting back love and validation. She would need to return to Themyscira, to her mother, her people, her home, to mourn with them the loss of Antiope, the loss of her sister warriors, and to celebrate the fulfillment of the Amazon's foreordinance. I imagine her setting out, a modern-day Odysseus, on a journey home. Maybe she would get there, maybe not, but that journey could easily be as transformative as the one she has just completed, and is the only balm I can see for a god's grief. Thank you.